Another weekend modifying my Ibex 20 BHS. Last weekend I installed a 30 amp shore power plug so I can run the AC on the camper because it's like 105 degrees here in Texas. I'm sweating already, and it is on my watch that I'm not wearing, 8:35. Pretty stoked to have that installed in the shop. I've got an extra extension cord to make it out to the driveway. But in today's video, we're gonna be installing the side cameras on the BT7 touchscreen backup camera that we installed in last week's video. If you haven't seen that, check that out, link down below. So this should be a pretty simple install today. I've just got to remove the OEM reflector lights on the side of the camper. There's already a hole, and I will tap into the existing wire, and I think they have got wire lever nuts, which will be pretty easy, and just screw it into the side of the camper. I think the ones on the side of the camper are stuck with adhesive, like a sticky. There's no screws, so I'm gonna have to take a fishing line or something to remove that without damaging the fiberglass, and then I'm gonna have to insert my own screw holes for the Halo View side cameras. After installing the backup camera, I was like, man, it would be nice to have these side cameras because when you're backing into a spot, there's always a blind side, which is your caddy corner side of the camper, and to have access through a camera, I said, why not? Let's install these things. So they don't have Wagyu lever nuts. If you haven't used these before, man, I highly recommend them. They make just wiring up things so much easier. Man, I'm getting dripped on. Guess that's the one negative of having a 30 amp plug at the house. You get a nice little shower out here from the AC condensation. Kind of a crappy design, because if you need to replace these, you can't just unscrew it and put this on there. So what I did off camera is I got power to the side cameras through the Jackery. Man, if you don't have a Jackery, I use this thing all the time. Camping, non-camping, around the house, install videos like this. Comes in handy. Powered up the truck to turn on the touch 7-inch screen, and all I had to do was hit the pair button both on the camera and on the screen. So here is going to be the backup right side of the camper trailer. You can see on the screen, working pretty good, shake it, moving around. And yeah, I'm excited about this, man. Now all I have to do is put a couple of screws into the side of the fiberglass, put the antenna on, put the Wagyus hardwired into the 7-pin of the camper. And this is a quick little install upgrade to my backup camera by adding some side cameras. Just backed up the truck and plugged in the 7-pin, and everything's working. Got the quick mode right here that brings up all 3 cameras. We've got my left, my right, and my rear. Pretty cool. You just click on which side you want to look at, pulls up. So how I have it set up is channel 1 is my left shoulder. Channel 2 is my right shoulder. And then channel 3 is the backup, and then if you want to go to quick mode, which is all 3. Basically, when I'm driving down the road, I'm going to have the backup camera so I can see the cars behind me when I'm trying to change lanes. When I get to camp and I'm backing in, I'll probably put it on all 3 so I can see what's going on. And then when I want to dial in and get some better visuals of the right side, I'll tap on it. We have the left and the right installed. Pretty simple install. Really gonna use that for backing into tight spots in the mountains at our local camping spot up in Oklahoma, where I can see if I'm gonna hit a tree or not, because it's pretty tight on the location and spot we like to camp in. It's been like Christmas morning the last 15 to 10 days as parts keep coming in. We got fuses, we've got Anderson plugs, we've got mega fuses. We have a bunch of 12 volt that we're gonna be putting in the camper. All the Victron components. We've got, eventually I'll have 3, but we're doing dual links distributors. We have a 150 charge controller, more breakers. I'm gonna put in an auxiliary 12 volt panel. Got my link shunt. Behind here is the Touch 70 battery protect. I mean, the parts just keep coming in. We're gonna be using the Victron Multi-Plus 24 volt 3000, so we run the AC. And the heart of the camper is going to be Lifetime 24 volt, 230 amp hours, and we're putting 4 of those in, which is equivalent to roughly 18 and a half 100 amp hour batteries. So we shouldn't be short on battery capacity. Also this weekend, we pulled out the stock 1000 watt WAFCO inverter that came with the Ibex. I mean, it hadn't even been used yet. The control panel still has the packaging on it. Got the Mega Fuse with a Mega Fuse in here. All of the 2 gauge wire. I'm also gonna be pulling off the 200 watt solar panel because that's 12 volt, won't be able to use it anymore, along with the charge controller that's in the bathroom and the griddle, because we're not gonna be using this, along with the stand. And I'm gonna put together a little Facebook Marketplace bundle package for anybody that has a camper that doesn't have an inverter and wants a lithium battery, because I'm also going to be selling off the Lifetime 230 amp hour with the box. So it's gonna be a bargain deal. I ordered a 12 volt little fuse panel I'm not using. Anyways, if you're in the North Texas area and you're interested, I'll have a link down below probably in the next week or 2, maybe 3 weeks, when I can pull off the solar panel and pull the charge controller off the Ibex. Also installed the Lippert screen handle, which is pretty cool. It's for the kids mostly, but when you're inside, it just makes it easy. And if you're over here, you want to grab it, you can just grab it from here. So install that, quick install. So on our first camping trip, there used to be a USB charge port right here with a bright green light. And when you were sleeping at night, it was literally right in your face. And so I pulled that out. I'm gonna install a new 12 volt and USB-C port back here with a shelf eventually down the road. But to cover up the hole, we installed a dimmable ceiling light we got off Amazon. And what's nice about it is you do a long press like this, you get a blue light at night and it's not in your face. We did one on each side, and matter of fact, my kids like them so much that we're gonna install one in each one of their bunks. The bottom bunk, the light for the bunk is on the side, so the light is bright in your face. So my daughter asked me to install one of these, and I'm gonna install one on the top for my son too. We also removed the panel to see where the exposed wires are running underneath the camper, and we ran our XXX 10-2 wire for the Multi-Plus. One of these will be going in the Multi-Plus and the other one will be going out the Multi-Plus, because we took the underbelly apart this weekend by removing all those nails. And if you work for Forest River, you need to be fired, because those nails are the worst engineering specification on this camper. It literally took us all day. It was a pain in the butt. Plus the rigid propane pipe, that's another design flaw in my opinion. Because we replaced all the nails that were holding up the underbelly for screws that we can remove and install back when we want to work on the camper, I went ahead and run the 10-3 wire or 10-2 wire while it was already down. And lastly, we removed the bed storage so we can get more access to installing all the batteries, all the Victron components. I also removed the GFI outlet because I'm going to put it in the bay for charging batteries and stuff. And then this is where the inverter for the stock inverter was, the panel. Because I'm making the storage bay bigger to accommodate for the batteries, I'm going to use the front panel, because those panels will be useless, to replace that. So I'm going to use the panel from the storage bay to replace that and get rid of all those holes. Well, that's a wrap for this weekend, modifying, upgrading the camper. This is going to be a slow, long, drawn out 2 to 3 year process of doing multiple modifications to get this camper where we want it. Like I had my pop-up that took me about 3 to 5 years to get, and I'm gonna get this Ibex there. It's just a matter of time. So if you haven't already, subscribed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.